It's always very, very special to be here before every release. It has become a ritual now, and if I by any chance, if I miss it, I know for sure I'll feel terrible, and it has become a habit now. And I'm very, very happy to be here now before Surya's Saturday release, which is releasing on August 29th. And every single time I come here, it feels very, very special. It feels like wherever I go, it all feels like promotions. But then when I come here, it suddenly feels like a break from the promotions. To meet all of you and to have this event, this press meet, this trailer launch, this is like mandatory. And every single time when I come here, I know the kind of love I receive from press, from everyone, and some of my favorite people are here. They always come to greet me every single time I come here for promotion, and I made them a promise that I will be here for every single release. I will be, and I have kept my word, and they kept their word. They always come to see me.
How do you define the action in Surya Saturday? That S.S. Rajamouli always says that an action block actually works when there is a strong emotion. But we say in Malayalam that when a situation arises that the hero is so vulnerable and we cheer that Adikara, then the fight happens. So Surya Saturday also has that kind of...
I believe in that a lot, that what really matters in an action film is the lead to the action, not the actual action. Because the action is a mood. When the moment you don't whistle while they're hitting, you whistle when the first hit happens, right? So why? Because that reaction is what we get the high out of, and the mood, the build towards the fight. And like Rajmouli sir will give a great lead, and like he spends 50% of the time on lead and then 50% on the action. We actually spent on action 20% of the time only. We gave 80% lead. So the lead will have a lot of impact in its own way. So that's what actually I was seeing something on there. So there are a lot of people who are thinking there's a lot of action. The action parts are 20-30% of the film only, actual action. But the lead, the action mood is there throughout the film, and which I think is very, very exciting for a film like this. And I really believe, for me, the most favorite action films are the ones which are not like first to last, just action. The ones which have that action mood, the constant for us when we keep wondering when is the fight going to break out now, and then you feel engaged and you want to know what's happening next. I think that's the kind of cinema I believe in, and I think that is what Surya Saturday is.
Sir,
here.
Yeah, hi.
So whenever a Nani movie is getting released, it's like Nammo Vittu Poyanoda Padam Varappogu, and the feel எல்லாருக்குமே இருக்கு. So does that give you an extra pressure to do something very similar to family line subjects and all?
We all are, and see, we all have our families. We are all family people only. So it's not. I don't believe in the term. Saying that I pick this concept which has family, or because we all need to. We all have to. We all have families. Families. There's nothing without that system in our lives, right? So also I believe it being a lot of if larger than life and epic kind of action stories, if they're mounted into if they're from a different world or something, they might set up a different kind of layers and characters in the film. But I feel in all our films, particularly in our childhood, if you see Mumadi sir's films, or Mohanlal sir's films, or Chiranjeevi's films back home, or Rajinikanth sir's films, they were all very humble and simple. Like they were simple, middle class guys, had a family, had a sister, and then everything is going right for them, and then something happens, and then you see the hero, right? So I believe in that. I believe in that a lot, and I kind of miss those films. And somehow I genuinely feel that I am one of the audience, and if I'm missing that, all of you are missing that, is what I want to believe. And that is why I've chosen Surya Saturday. And yes, it does give me a lot of pleasure doing this kind of films, because I believe in them, because these are the kind of films I really want to watch.
Is that the first story that Vivek narrated to you, or is that the second one?
First one was Ante Sundaranki, which we made Adade Sundara. And second, after the release of the film, he did narrate, pitch, not stories, but he pitched me ideas. And this is the idea I picked up. Yeah.
Sir, in a film, protagonist, when a protagonist, people love protagonist, there should be an antagonist that they want to know. அந்த ஃபீலிங் இருக்குல்ல அந்த வில்லனை பார்த்து எஸ் சூர்யா இந்த ஃபிலிமில் வரும்போது அந்த கோம்போ ஓரோ வில்லன் வரும்போதும் அந்த எக்ஸைட்மெண்ட் இருக்குல்ல இந்த ஃபிலிமில் எஸ் சூர்யா வரும்போது எப்படி இருக்குது?
Like you said, villain is the most important role of an actor, not the hero actually. For an action film, I think villain is the most important role. Because the reason is, an action film will only work when we as an audience get angry with the villain sitting in the theater. Because that is when we will crave for someone to come and stop him, right? And an action film only works like that. And what happens is with other villains or the other characters, the cruelty or whatever we have to build it slowly, and by the time the film goes to the midpoint or something, we start hating that guy on screen and all. That kind of impact, what takes 10 scenes for you to actually add that character, Surya sir with his performance, with his style of performance, can do it in 2 scenes. So I think that's been a big asset to the film. There are a lot of places where Surya sir is playing a role of Daya. He's the antagonist in the film, and there are a lot of places you will want to go hit him, I'm sure, while watching the Saturday. After watching the film, when you come out, you'll say superb performance and all, but through the film, you will feel that emotion towards that. And I think then when Surya enters the frame, I think that's a high that the high mainstream cinema gives us in the theater. Yeah.
Sir, when people sees you, they see you as a homeboy or a boy next door. Do you have any wish like doing an antagonist film, like a completely negative or dark shade film?
Oh, I love it actually. I know that is a problem that all of them see me as a very good boy, but I will soon break that. Yeah, I will do I did something like and people loved me in the trailers and teasers, and they were like, "Oh, Nani as a bad guy, superb and all that." I was like, I got so much of appreciation, but they didn't like the film. You know why? Because in the film, I am a killer, all that. I am shown in a negative way, but in the end, everything we justified. They made me a hero in the film. I think that's the reason they didn't like it. So I want to do a full-fledged negative role, no justification, nothing bad means bad only. I want to do a film like that, but I'm looking, for scripts like that. We'll see how it goes.